Picking the right product is the first and most important start of a solution. Most Claude API integration bugs aren't code bugs. They're navigation bugs. You reached for the wrong product, or you called a feature that doesn't exist on the cloud you're calling from. So before you write a line of code, you need the map. Here's the whole platform on one picture. Everything lives at one host, api.anthropic.com. Underneath it sit two products that behave very differently. On the left, the Messages API. It's stateless and generally available, and you own the loop. On the right, Claude Managed Agents, a hosted harness with stateful sessions, still in beta, and it bills you an extra 8 cents per session hour on top of tokens. Along the bottom are the supporting endpoints you'll actually reach for, batches at half cost, files and skills in beta, models, and token counting, which is free. And underneath all of that, 5 distribution channels, and this is the part people get burned by, because what a channel supports is not the same everywhere. Start with the Messages API. It's stateless, which means every call carries the entire conversation back to the server, nothing is remembered for you. You supply the loop, the tools, and the state. That sounds wasteful until you notice what it buys. Any request can be replayed, retried, or load balanced, because the server holds nothing you can't inspect. Generally available, build on tokens alone. Managed Agents inverts all of that. Sessions are stateful, so the file system and the event history persist on Anthropic's side. You supply a config and an environment instead of a loop. It's beta, it adds 8 cents per session hour on top of tokens, and because it's stateful by design it can't offer zero data retention or a HIPAA business associate agreement. So if the scenario says either, that's your answer. Not agent versus not an agent, you can build agents on either. The real question is who owns the runtime. 1. Does this task need a sandbox, somewhere to run code that isn't your production environment? 2. Does it need a file system that survives between calls, so a network blip doesn't throw away the work in progress? Stateless means you rebuild that yourself, every time. 3. Will it run longer than about 10 minutes? Past that you end up writing a sandbox, a compaction strategy, and a resume mechanism, the harness Anthropic already built. All no, Messages API, and you keep veto power over every tool call. Any yes, Managed Agents. No SDK is required for any of this, it's plain HTTP. The smallest complete call is a URL, a content type, and your API key. Everything else is either a version pin or an opt-in. Anthropic version pins the response schema. It's required on every raw request, the value is 2023-06-01, and hand-rolled clients that forget it just fail. The SDK send it for you, which is why people forget it exists. Anthropic-beta is a completely different thing. It's how you opt into surface that hasn't gone generally available yet, files, skills, managed agents. A feature can be live and still invisible to your code. Getting a 400? Check the beta header first, wrong model generation second. Same models, 5 different doors, and the doors don't all open the same way. First-party Claude API has everything, and new surface always lands here first. Treat it as the reference implementation. Claude Platform on AWS is still Anthropic operated, billed through the AWS marketplace, but it drops per workspace rate limits and fast mode. Microsoft Foundry is Anthropic operated too, and they're the Files API and the MCP connector neither hosted on Anthropic deployment. Then the partner-operated doors, and these are the ones that bite. Amazon Bedrock has no automatic prompt caching, no MCP connector, no Files API. Google Cloud drops the MCP connector and the Files API as well. And Claude Platform on AWS is not Amazon Bedrock. For more traps. 1. Model IDs are pinned snapshots, including the ones with no date on them. From the 4.6 generation onward, Claude Opus 5 looks like an alias, but it will never silently upgrade under you. 2. Size limits are per endpoint, not global. Messages and token counting cap at 32 megabytes, batches at 256, files at 500. Both partner clouds cap lower still. 3. Pagination is not uniform. Newer list endpoints use page and next page cursors, while batches, files and models use after ID and before ID with a has more flag. Only sessions can page backward. And /v1/complete is legacy. Don't build on it. So, one host, 2 products, and a feature set that depends on which door you came through. Get the map right and most integration mistakes stop happening. Next up is the request envelope itself, every header, every limit, and how to build a valid call by hand. If clear, sensible thinking is what you are after, subscribing is the most direct way to get the next one. See you in the next video.